Hi everyone and welcome back to Civilization 6. So, many of you have been asking me to do Marbozir, and we're going to do Marbozir, and this time I'm using a few mods that will hopefully make the gameplay a little bit differently. So, most notably I'm using AI Plus mod, which, as the name implies, is a mod that affects AI. Hopefully it will make it more competent, or at least that's one of the goals. It also makes it more aggressive, especially later on, because the way a regular game usually goes, without any mods, or without any mods that affect AI, is that they will declare war on you very early on, like in the first 50 turns or so, especially on highest difficulty levels, and if you can defend yourself against that, it's mostly smooth sailing for the rest of the game. And I'm also using the smooth difficulty mod, which does exactly what the name implies. And a few other mods that I used previously, so detailed worlds, and I'm using fractal detailed map, and a few others. A few convenience mods as well, a mod that lists all the diplomatic deals, a mod that gives you a list of all your units. There will be a list in the description below, as usual. We're going to play as Australia, which is the most recently released civilization, and it's pretty damn good too. Looking forward to playing it. And since I've not played a proper game in like 2 months, if not longer than that, around 2 months. And I'm using AI mods that will hopefully make AI more competent, and a smoother difficulty mod, which I'm not quite sure how exactly it will affect the game yet. We'll go with Immortal. And epic game pace, because I really don't like how fast research is on standard speed. Hopefully it will be a little bit better on epic speed. And fractal detailed map, standard map size, and anything else? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I changed start position to balanced, because normally it's set to standard. I changed it to balanced, and I think everything else is on default. So, let's get started, shall we?
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Prime Minister Curtin, you will lead Australia through challenge after challenge, and your people will emerge all the stronger for it. Others will seek friendship for your strength. If these friends prove loyal, your might and protection will carry you far. But stay vigilant, for aggression is not your natural course.
So, as Australia, we need a few things for our cities. First of all, we need pastures, because they are required for the Outback Station. And the second, we should settle most of our city on the coast, because we get a housing bonus for settling on the coast, and we should definitely take advantage of that. And we also need charming, preferably breathtaking tiles, because they increase yields for our districts. Quite significantly too, +4 for breathtaking, that's just amazing. So, let's have a look around. This is not an amazing starting location. Should we move? Perhaps. We don't know what's inside the fog, so moving might backfire slightly. However, we can get the stone in range if we move to the marsh tile. That might not be a bad idea. We will also get the stone tile to work immediately from the first turn. And the dice will still be in range. We just move out of range of 1 tile with dice, which is probably fine. Alright, let's move over here, that seems reasonable. Yep, sounds good. We'll lose 1 turn, but 1 turn shouldn't really be a big deal. Alright. So, we will work the stone immediately, obviously. And we'll start from the scout. And then probably get a slinger. Because after the recent patch, archery is actually required for progress now. It used to be a dead-end technology. It's not anymore. So getting a boost for archery is, I would say, more important than it was previously. Which means we want to get that archer early on. Not to mention we want to be able to defend ourselves, clearly. Alright, what should we start from? Probably mining, seeing how we have stone. And we need to look for some pastures. We already got one over here. So that's nice. This was actually a very good move. I'm glad I moved. Because these are going to be valid locations for outback stations. Alright then. So we are playing on a fractal map, which means we don't really know what kind of landmass this is. And we found a city-state. I don't remember seeing this city-state. Let's see. So what's the bonus here? Your cities have full housing from water as if they were all next to a river, alright? Not too bad. Let's move on then. I don't want to go too far with my warrior, but we will scout the general area. We'll scout the general area with our warrior and send the scout a little bit further away. We don't want to go too far, because we might need that warrior against barbarians. We'll probably need him against barbarians. Speaking of barbarians, we should actually find one camp, because we'll need that boost from the slinger. That is going to be a priority early on. There's a lot of forest and jungle around here, which might not be a bad thing. You know what would be nice? It would be nice to get a campus on a breathtaking tile with jungle nearby. That would actually be amazing. And I guess there has to be a barbarian camp somewhere to the west.
It is not wisdom, but
also,
authority.
There's actually lanes for goodie huts, and I like that. There's one over here. They are sometimes kind of hard to see, so it's nice to have actual lanes for that. The scout will grab ranger, especially with all that forest and jungle nearby. And I think we should work the truffles, yeah. Because that's 2 production and 3 gold. That's definitely worth giving up 1 food for, I would say. Yep, and Slinger is next. And foreign trade. As for our policies, we will grab discipline because we'll need that against barbarians. And we'll pick up God King to grab our pantheon. And let's go look for some good locations for our cities. There's a goodie hut, nice. Let's go grab that goodie hut to the west before someone else picks it up.
Who deserves more credit than the wife ever
We
called?
got plus 60 gold. Okay then. I'll take it. So one of the mods I'm using is a unit report mod, or whatever it's called. It adds a unit report, basically. It's way more convenient than clicking on the unit name and getting literally no other useful information from that. It's one of the screens that was really missing in Civ 6. That's how I always felt about it. And now it's here. So, do we want sailing or do we want to rush a campus? Yeah, we will need a campus early on, so let's grab pottery. I will definitely grab sailing, but maybe not as our early choice. Okay, next. Still need to find a barbarian camp, but I'm prioritizing the goodie hut right now. This looks like potentially a nice location for a city. We got military tradition boost, very nice. And another goodie hut, no neighbors so far, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. There's a camp, it's a little bit far away from us. Surely there's going to be another camp somewhere in this area, there has to be. Oh, and we got another scout, awesome. Ranger. And next. So, we got marble. I'll probably want to grab that. And another goodie hut, very nice. Still no neighbors. We got... oh, nice, we got a relic. Awesome. I like getting relics early on. Unfortunately, we're not a civ that gets bonus to relics, but they are still pretty good nonetheless. Oh, so here's the closest barbarian camp. I guess we'll focus on that one, that makes sense. Just need to wait for that slinger to finish. And looks like Monty is our neighbor. Not the first time he's my neighbor. A slightly annoying neighbor, I have to say. Actually, he's not really a neighbor. Yeah, he's not very close to us. I don't think we'll have to worry about him all that much. So, foreign trade is done. We still need a Pantheon, so that will have to wait. And we should keep discipline. Okay, so next up, can we get one of these busts? Well, we will obviously improve 3 tiles. We should fund the Pantheon pretty soon. I would like early Empire. 6 population, yeah, that will have to wait a little bit longer, I think. We might have to skip that boost, because we don't really have a lot of good growth tiles. I would have to wait for our second city. Let's do 8 turns of craftsmanship, and then we'll see, I suppose. Would be nice to get one of these boosts through a goodie hut, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too much. That's fairly unlikely to happen. So there's the slinger, and next we should grab a builder and then a settler. I might even chop a forest to speed up a settler. I think that will be best. Here's our other neighbor, China. So we definitely won't be able to stay friendly with Monty, which is why I won't be bothering with delegations, but we should try to stay friendly with China. Let's send a delegation to China. I'm not even going to bother with Monty because he will be upset as soon as we improve a luxury that he doesn't own. So there's just no point even trying, in my opinion. What do you want? Yeah, he will send a delegation to us. Whatever. Here's another barbarian camp. We can try to get rid of that one too. Kill a scout with a scout? Almost. It's down to like 3 health. Alright. Fine. Be that way. Kill this scout instead. There. That's better. Pottery is almost done. We might need a bit of an escort for our slinger. But hopefully this will be good enough. We could try to kill a scout with a slinger, but that's actually kind of hard to do. A lot of the time we would have to trap that scout somehow. Okay, let's wait for Monty to attack the spearman and then we'll try to finish him off ourselves. Oh, he won't actually attack. Sneaky bastard.
No man ever wet
Okay,
play, and then
that's
left,
interesting.
as if there would be
Fine.
flames by chance and fortune.
So, let's grab writing, because I'd like an early campus. And we can pick up a Pantheon. Which one do we want? Let's have a look. Plus on production from fishing boats, that would be plus 2 hammers for our capital. Probably not worth it as a Pantheon. Let's see, we could try God of the Forge and focus on military early on. The problem with God of the Forge is that it does literally nothing past classical era. So it's kind of a gamble Pantheon in my eyes. You need to make it worth it in the early game. But I might try that. I don't think I ever used it in any of my previous games. And it would be nice to spam some horsemen with it. Maybe some swordsmen as well and some catapults. We can build up a nice base in the classical era and then just work on our income and upgrade these units. What are the other options? Religious settlements is literally always an option, and it's one of my favorite pantheons, pretty much always. But let's try God of the Forge, why not? If only because I literally never used it in any of my games before. So there we go, we got God of the Forge. Carry on then. Having said that, we still need a builder and a settler. Doesn't mean I will be switching to military literally right now. And since Monty is not attacking the spearman, I will. And we want that archery boost. Let's see, should be doable. Yep, we need one more attack on the scout. He will try to run away. Obviously, I can't blame him. I'm not going to fight a spearman with a scout. Clearly. That's a bad idea. One more turn to craftsmanship. No, yeah, one more turn after this. And yeah, well, I could kill the scout with my own scout, but then we obviously won't get the boost. But if I don't kill him, he will just run away. Most likely. Yeah, might be a little bit tough to catch him. We got 35 gold, nice. So, one more turn to craftsmanship, because it's not quite at 50% just yet. And keep exploring. Find more sieves. So, where is our second city going to be? I haven't actually decided yet. Yeah, no point chasing that guy, we will not catch him. Not even going to try. Alright, well, let's go back with our warrior. And also go find more city-states. We need to find one more city-state to get a boost. Also change craftsmanship to something else, early empire. Okay, we might be able to get the boost here. Just need to block him. We'll see how that goes. Oh, we found another goodie hut, very nice. What do you want? He won't like us for very long, I can tell you as much. We haven't improved any luxuries yet, so he's not upset yet, but he will be. Okay, I think we can do it now. Nice, we got the archery boost. And also bronze working boost. Okay then, that's always the tricky part early on. I'm glad we got that out of the way, and here's another city-state. Alright. And we got masonry boost, nice. And we found the Giant's Causeway. That's a really nice wonder, actually. Plus 5 combat strength to every combat unit that enters an adjacent plot. Now I really want a city down here. In fact, I think this should be our second city. It won't be the most amazing city of all times, but we should definitely secure that wonder. ASAP. It won't be a terrible city, we will get tea. So any city that gives us a luxury that we didn't previously have is a good one. And I bet there's going to be a decent location somewhere in this area. So let's scout in this direction, but first heal our units. Writing will be done soon. And we need a settler as soon as we finish that worker. Next. Oh yeah, we will also get a bonus for our scout. That actually doubles his combat strength, which is pretty funny. You will heal up, and now settler. So, do we want to chop a forest to speed up the settler? I think we should. There's no heal with a forest. So I'm not quite sure about that. But I would still like to speed it up. Let's chop the grassland forest, and then we'll build a farm over there. That seems reasonable. Then we'll improve the truffle and probably the cattle. Yep. Or maybe the stone. I'll have to buy 2 tiles in order to do that, but it's probably worth it for the production, or we can improve this stone. But if we buy that one, we can work 2 tiles with stone. We'll see. Okay then, I should probably heal that warrior back to full before exploring with him. I guess he likes to live dangerously. Right, let's remove the forest then. That will speed up the settler. Our population is not exactly impressive right now, but we'll work on that a little bit. And we'll need that campus in some near future. Oh, we found Russia. Or technically not yet, but we know they are there. That's a good reason to hurry up with this city. I wouldn't want Russia to steal it. It's fairly unlikely because they are quite far away, but I could definitely see it happening. Are there any goodie huts we missed? Nope, we got all of them, I'm just double checking. Alright, sounds good. So next up we will improve the stone, like so, and probably the truffles, but we have to wait for animal husbandry, which is what we'll get after writing. We could also buy a builder, that's 320 gold. I'll probably do that, but not yet. Next up, we definitely need animal husbandry now. So that's what we'll get. And then most likely archery. And you really need to heal back to full before you do anything else. So one last build. Maybe we should just use it for a farm and then buy a builder once we finish animal husbandry. That makes a bit more sense. We could also build another quarry if we buy 2 tiles. I'm not convinced it's really worth the money, but production is always nice. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We will need more food for the city, because these tiles are not exactly impressive as far as food output goes.
Здравствуйте.
So here's Russia, let's try to stay friendly with them. And we'll see how that goes. He probably won't like us very much, but we can send a delegation, it won't hurt. Alright then. And how's China? Not much we can do here. Our relationship, +3 and -3. Okay then. So basically we aren't gaining anything because of their first impression. Alright, there's a barbarian camp right here. I guess we need to take care of that. A warrior and a slinger should be good enough. So let's grab that farm. And we should probably work it right away. Yep, we certainly should. So, Russia, where are your other cities? Fortify the warrior. Wouldn't want to lose him, that would be pretty bad. That would be really bad. And heal our scout back to full. Alright, so here's Russia. They will probably take Laventa sooner or later. They will almost definitely take Laventa. We should expect that to happen. And right, I think it's time to back up slightly. Because this is getting a little bit dangerous. This is way too many scouts. Yeah, okay. Once we finish that settler, we really need to get some kind of melee unit. Which most likely means a spearman in this case. Or we could just buy one. But if we buy one, I will not be buying a builder. Right, we can't even buy a spearman just yet because we don't have the tech. Alright, so fortify and heal back to full. These barbarians are not really threatening us right now. Oh, why is there an empty barbarian camp over here? Probably China is attacking it, if I had to guess. Or not? Japan, alright. Someone has to be attacking that camp. Oh yeah, Japan, alright. I tried. Send delegation to Japan. Probably won't change much in the long run, but I will at least try to stay friendly with some of the AIs. And see how that goes. Spoiler, it probably won't go very well. Because it usually doesn't. But I am using AI mods, so I want to see how they will affect diplomacy as well. Okay, we lured the spearmen out of the camp. Let's see. We could try something like this. Wait, is that camp on top of a forest? Yeah, it is. Oh, we grabbed this one. 35 gold. Thanks, Japan. I don't know why Japan didn't loot it, but alright. Whatever. I guess they didn't. They gave us a present because they are nice. I'm sure that's it. So we might just be able to grab this. It's a bit of a risky maneuver, I have to say. Yeah, it kind of is. Okay, promotion. +5 versus land units. Oh, he settled the city right next to where the barbarian camp was. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, this is getting way too dangerous. I might even lose that slinger at this rate. What do we kill? A warrior with like 1 health or a scout? Probably a warrior. Yeah, well, warrior has 20 base strength, scout only has 10. So kill the warrior. I hope our slinger will survive. Wait, we can kill both actually. I don't care if we lose the scout, I just want to not lose the slinger. And we got rid of the barbarian camp already. So I think we're fine. Our settler will need an escort, however. I'm not sending him alone all the way to the Wonder. That's just too far away. So fortify and go back towards city. We didn't lose anything. That's nice. So now we should focus a little bit on city development.
I'm fond of pigs.
Japan already doesn't like us.
Look up to us.
Can't say I'm very surprised, to be honest. I'm
Pigs
not.
treat us as equals.
I assume that spearmen will just attack our city. That's probably what's going to happen. Now, do we send the settler all the way down here? I think we should. It's not going to be the best city of all times, but it will be pretty good and it will secure the Wonder. That's the important part. I don't want this to end up in someone else's territory. No breathtaking tiles down there, unfortunately. Actually, hold on, yeah, these are breathtaking. I should check the appeal map mode. Here, yeah, okay, there are some breathtaking tiles, we can use those for districts. Alright, but we definitely need an escort for that settler, I'm not sending him on his own. That is suicidal. What should our next research be? Probably archery. Yeah, I would say we need archery by now. If only to be able to defend ourselves, and maybe even attack. We could try to take La Venta ourselves, if Russia won't. Honestly, I expected Russia to take La Venta by now. If they won't, I will take it myself, because they almost definitely will sooner or later. It's like 99% likely to happen. As for our city, we do need another builder. I can still afford to just buy one. It's probably worth it to simply buy one. A trader would be nice. We need so many things right now. Also, that campus, we do need the campus. Because look at the science output. What would the best location for a campus be? Right here, if we buy that tile for 135. This one or this one? They are both breathtaking. Yep, they certainly are, so that's +4. I'm not too excited about spending 135 gold right now, but I suppose we will. But if we will, it should be this tile, I think. Because then we can grab the dice a little bit later. Okay, let's just do it. Our border will expand in this direction, so that's not helpful for the campus, and I'll probably chop some forest to speed up the campus a little bit. We can also chop the jungle, that will give us some production and some food. Alright, let's just do it. No need debating it. Here. Heal the scout back to full. And we could still buy a builder. In a few turns. It's almost definitely worth it. Now, that spearman needs to die. But I can't leave the city when the slinger is in red health. That would be pretty bad. Also, yeah, let's not send the settler without an escort.
Several closely
We found a
situated
wonder.
grand peaks.
Which Japan pretty much secured already. Okay then. So let's try to kill that spearman at least. We'll get some experience if nothing else. How close are we to a promotion? Not really close. But experience is always good. Our warrior is coming back, so he will help slightly. Anyway, I think this is a good moment to make a cut, so I'm going to continue in the next episode. Let me know what you think about this setup. And thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.